ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages,
Wow.
we're going to work on these three numbers. But each of those numbers has three things you have to do with it. First, we're going to identify the place value of the underlying digit. And because we get a little confused on place value and the value of the number of the digit, we're also going to find the digit, and then we're going to round it. And I'm going to call on people using TeamShake because I paid $1.99 for it. I want to get my money's worth. Janessa, is this number greater than 1?
No. But yes.
Yes, because it has 29 holes. It's 29 and then some parts. So it's between what two whole numbers? 29 and
29 and 20.
between 29 and 30.
Yeah, 30.
Okay, it's between 29 and 30. All right. What is the place value of the underlined digit? Rylan.
Ones or no. 10.
Tenths. So the place value is the tenths. So if it asks you for the place value of a digit, you're going to write the word, one of the place values that we've learned. Now, we also have to find the value of the underlined digit. So for example, if I said the value of the 2 is 20, because it's 2 tens. So the value of the 2 would be 20. The place value is 10, but the value of it is 20. So the value of the underlying number knots is what? Of the underlying number is what? 9 what? 9 tenths. So the value would be written like this. Place value and value are different. Place value and value are different. You need to be able to recognize that so that when a question asks for 1, you know what one they're asking for. Now we have to round to the underlined digit. We've already said the underlined digit's in the tenths place. So Chloe, my underlined digit's in the tenths place. I look behind it. Behind it I have a 5. So am I going to leave this 9 the same, or I'm going to add 1 to it?
Add 1 to
I'm going to add 1 to it. It's always important for me that you add 1 to it because it eliminates a lot of mistakes. Because if I add 1, now I have 10 tenths, which means I have to regroup. I have 10 ones, which means I have to regroup. And I have 30, would be rounded to the nearest tenth. Or you could write 30 like that. Rounding, if you add 1 or add 0, but everything behind it goes away. I definitely don't need the 5, 4, because that's not rounding if you just change one number and leave the rest all the same behind it. No, cray, cray. Cray, cray.
Mr. Cricket.
What?
Mr. Cricket.
Okay. Seth, is that number here less than or greater than 1?
Greater than 1.
Greater than 1. What two whole numbers is it between? If I was counting by whole numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
13 and 14.
13 and 14. 13 and 14. Excellent. Dax, is this more than or less than 13 and a half?
Less than.
Less than. Because 13 and a half would be 13.5, just like money. $13.50. So it is less than 13 and a half. Most excellent class. Maddie, what is the place value of the 2?
2 tenths.
It's in the tenths place. The place value is in the tenths place. The value of the number, Emma, with 2 M's is what?
20.
Not 20. 2 what? Well, place value is 2 tenths. So then I'd write it as 2/10. The value is 2/10. Now we need to round it. And as he's not in here, Connor, you're going to help me. We're rounding our tenths. We look behind it. Am I going to add 1 to my tenths or leave it the same?
No.
It was choose one or the other, not a yes or no.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
here. Am I going to, based on the number behind it, am I going to add 1 to the 2 or am I going to leave the number the same?
I think leave the number the same.
Why?
Oh wait. Yeah, I won.
I add 1. Why?
Because the 2.
Okay. Let's see if we can help you out. Aiden, do I leave the 2 as it is or do I add 1 to the 2?
Leave one of the 2.
Okay. I'm going to
Leave the 2 by the 2 because nothing can be greater.
Okay, but I'm looking at the number behind it. The number behind it is 5 or greater, then I add 1 to my underlying number. If the number behind it is 5 or greater, I add 1 to it. Just like the number here, the number behind it was 5, so that means I add 1. So I'm going to end up with 13 3/10. Dax, is this less than or greater than 13 1/2?
Well, less.
Less, good. Because 13.5 would be exactly a half. Colt is not in here, so I can't call on him. Zach, the 1 is in what place value? The tenths. The tenths. The value of the 1. Liz. Yeah, the value. 1 what? 1/10. And we're going to round it to the nearest tenth. Azzy, I'm rounding the 1 here. I look behind it. Behind it is an 8. Am I going to add 1 or am I going to leave it the same? Add 1. Why?
Because any number over 5 adds 1.
Good. Any number 5 or greater behind it means we add 1 to the number, the place value we're rounding. Okay, I recorded a video in the first class too, so when we get to doing this, if you have a question, go back and look, see, remind yourself. Boom, shakalaka, peace out, God bless, love you, do something kind today, save the bees, please subscribe.